Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be focusing on the Thanksgiving stuff. Now, I can't exactly do a top 10 characters or a top 5 characters and a ranked skins and all that. It's a bit hard for me to do that for Thanksgiving stuff because obviously there's not enough content in the Thanksgiving to really do that kind of a video. But I am going to be quickly doing this as my sort of sum up of this Thanksgiving, and I'm saying that it's a sum up of this Thanksgiving. And I know we're going to get the Cyber Monday stuff, and we're going to get Chum and the Yard Simulator, the yard thing, whatever it's called. But I see that as separate to Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving itself ends when you complete all the stuff that's out at the minute, in my opinion. And you know, the other stuff is the Cyber Monday stuff is cool, and you know we will get that, but I wouldn't consider it to be in the same update, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna disregard that stuff. So yeah. So honestly, here's how it's gonna go. What I decided to do is I'm gonna rank all the Thanksgivings from worst to best, or best to worst, but it's gonna be worst to best. From 2012 right to this year's one, and we'll just talk about them briefly and whether they were good or bad. So the worst one on my list is honestly going to have to be 2012, the very first Thanksgiving. It by far is the worst, just because all they added was some balloons. So of course they added the itchy balloon, the scratchy balloon, the blinky balloon, the Santa's little helper balloon, and the Snowball 2 balloon. You know, it's kind of cool that they added these balloons, and I like the fact that they added the balloons, but you know, it's not like it just really comes down to comparing it to the other event. The other ones, it doesn't add any characters, doesn't add any buildings. It doesn't, you know, it adds something cool and a cool decoration, I guess, but it just doesn't really amount to anything. So that's why I had to put that on the bottom of my list. And it was you know, I guess whatever, they started Thanksgiving with this, but it wasn't anything special at all. So 2015. So is the next one on my list. So 2015. So that was last year. So last year all they added was, and now of course they had the Helter Skelter. They added the Helter Skelter in Thanksgiving from the Treehouse of Horror update, just because obviously they forgot to add him in the takedown, or they were going to add him in the takedown and then they forgot. I'm not too sure why they added him in Thanksgiving. Whatever. I'm disregarding that, to be honest with you, because it's completely unrelated to Thanksgiving anyway. All they actually added was a costume for Homer, which is the king-size Homer, and they also added like the working station and stuff like that. And they also added the vast waistband for free, which is a building. And I did actually say that I did like this event last year, and I did say it was really cool, and it's something new to Thanksgiving, because they tend to just they tend to give us just the building, and they don't actually do any event with it. They just sort of you know, leave it at that. They give us one building, one character, a couple of things in store, and they don't give us like the act system. And of course now they've adopted this sort of mini event idea where they go through this. You send characters to do a bunch of tasks a couple of times, and I think it's an okay system. I don't think it's that amazing though. I would just prefer it if it was a you know, you earn the currency of that event and then you can buy what you want. I would prefer it if it was like that, so you can save up to get the big prize. I would prefer if it's like that. But it added some other stuff, the Bart balloon and the work from home station, the turkey stuffer, the 30-degree buffet table. They had a couple things like that. They were kind of cool, I guess. But overall, it wasn't amazing. It was pretty plain. And the King-size Homer costume is really cool, and I do like it, and I do think it's a necessary costume to add. But again, it comes down to comparing it to the three above it. I guess it doesn't really amount to much. So yes, hang on. Let me just have a quick look. Right, okay. The next one is 2016, so this is this year's. So I'm disregarding Chum and the yard simulator, yard cutting simulator. So this event, we got Grant Connor, we got Big Claw, we did get the Springfield hunting supplies, and we got some decorations such as the camping tent and the crappy RV and the wildlife sanctuary, and we did get some new trees, which I do really think are cool, and yeah, they do. I do think that they are damn cool, but it just kind of comes down to the character that we've been given. Grant Connor, I mean, he is a one-episode character, and it's cool that we did get him, and I do like the fact that he is yeah, you know, they've developed his character, but you know, he's not a big character. He's not really a very entertaining character in my opinion. He came with a hunting supplies, which is a mall building. It's a building in the mall, and it's just, to me, it's just a bit weird that they made it into an actual physical building, and they did the same with the vast waistband, the 2015 one. So I guess that's what they're doing to mall buildings now. They're just making them into actual buildings for some weird reason. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I'm making it sound like I'm killing us. It was an okay event, I guess. It wasn't terrible, but again, just comparing it, I have to put it here in terms of stuff. And Big Claw himself actually isn't actually from any episode, from what I can see. I thought he was, but he's not. I swear he's recognized. It rang a bell, but apparently he was just exclusive to Tapped Out. Right, so moving on. So number 2, I guess, not number 1, but number 2 is 2014, which is okay, this one. So in 2014, what we got Mrs. Bouvier, which is Marge's mother, Jacqueline Bouvier. Pretty cool character and really necessary character to add to the game, and it was cool to get her in Thanksgiving than any other event, really, because it's special to Thanksgiving because of course the episode where she visits for Thanksgiving. And we don't really know a lot about this character anyway. It's like sort of, she's Marge's mother, and that's all we really know. We also got Puritan Flanders as a costume. It was kind of a cool little costume we had. It wasn't amazing though. We got Piggly Super Smorg, which is the thing that came with Jacqueline. 140 donuts. We had a stomach staple center, which was free, but it was sort of added onto the heights anyway. With Guitar Central, which I think was actually something to do with the episode Titan anyway. For 50 donuts. So it was an okay one. We got some other stuff like the caged turkey and stuff like that. So it wasn't a terrible event, I guess, but certainly wasn't amazing either. We didn't get. I honestly don't think we got enough in this one. Enough in terms of decorations. We also didn't really. I feel like the quest was okay, I guess, and overall it's not a terrible event. I mean, it was okay. It was a nice little mini event because of course we did get Mrs. Bouvier, but it's just comparing it to the thing that took the number 1 spot, which I feel like it's sort of, it just doesn't really compare. But it was really cool. I do actually appreciate it because it was pretty fun. But yeah, so now we have the number 1 spot. It's kind of obvious, but we'll have that drum roll anyway. It's 13. So yeah, 2013. There's a lot of events which are, of course, really good in 2013. I mean, the Halloween 2013 is brilliant. This one was really good. It was brilliant. So of course it started off with Sacagawea Lisa as a costume, which was a really it's not an amazing costume, but it is pretty cool, and I do like it as a costume. And of course it is a historical figure as well. So it's kind of cool that Lisa took that. So we got the tribal chief and the Powwow Casino, Caesar's Powwow Casino. A really cool building, a really cool character. 150 donuts, and well, of course there's the sign for 40 donuts. Now I disagree with that. I think 150 donuts, okay, that's an okay price, but you shouldn't charge an extra 40 donuts for the sign. I was a bit annoyed about that. So it does have a few flaws in the event. It's not perfect, and of course we also got a turkey as like a prize when we completed the quest, which I think was really cool. Of course he's just a non-playable character that comes around, but I think it is kind of cool to have the turkey because obviously that's like the symbolism for Thanksgiving, so I really do like that. We got a Poochie Parade balloon for cash, a Stampy Parade balloon for 40 donuts. We got the Mayflower, which is obviously the ship that came to America in one of their reenactment episodes, for 100 donuts, which I think is really cool. Not a terrible price, but not an amazing one. We got Rusty the Clown Parade balloon, and we also got the Grumple Parade balloon. So we got some really cool stuff in this event. Plenty of stuff, but I just think the tribal chief, his character himself, was done really well. The tasks were brilliant. They were really well done, and I think the quest line was the first one I really properly read. One of the ones I really started to properly read when I first got the game. And I honestly loved it because I wasn't really around for Thanksgiving 2012. I know I wasn't around. I obviously started on Christmas, so I never saw 2012. So this was my first Thanksgiving, and to this day, I'd say it was my best Thanksgiving in Halloween. And actually, to be honest, this is the first time I really even knew about Thanksgiving. Like I had no clue what Thanksgiving was. Really, obviously in the UK, we really don't know what it is. I obviously knew sort of what Thanksgiving was, but it was pretty cool because I researched it a little bit more. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I really did. I like this little, it was a cool little video just to do. Going through all the Thanksgivings and my thoughts on them, comparing it to this year's one. I'm going to do this for 4th of July as well, when I get 4th of July, because of course that's an event, quite big event as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.